Well, we're the public defender in Philly, and the public defender in Philly is called the Defender Association. And within the Defender Association, which is a law firm, we're pretty large, one of the largest in the nation, there's an adult social services unit, a unit of social workers that work alongside attorneys. And so I'm the chief of that social work unit.
Great. It's pretty easy. So
Yep.
you guys do a ton of work, and
Oh my
so we have these couple examples right here. So this is a card that is given out at prisons, at
Everywhere we interact with clients.
so
our
it's telling people where some of the resources are that they may need, some emergency housing shelters, for instance.
Right, and how to get there.
Yeah.
Our staff actually created that based upon a partnership that we have with an app called Dona Phi. And Dona Phi is right there. Dona Phi is a collection of social services organizations at your fingertips in an app, and everybody loves an app because it's very easy to use. You can see services in a geographical location, and we partner with Dona Phi to help build that app and build that content so that anybody who has need of social services can connect those with those services through the app. They can see in real time where those services are in proximity to their location, what those services offer, and then they can trust that we have a really strong group of social workers that have input only the best providers into the media.
Right. And so you work with a pretty vulnerable population.
Absolutely. The public defender represents folks who can't afford their own attorney, and Philadelphia is one of the largest poor cities in America, and we represent 3/4, 70% of folks who get arrested in Philadelphia.
Oh, wow.
So that's a huge scale. So a lot of those folks have issues, and substance abuse issues, mental health issues, sometimes both, sometimes housing, sometimes jobs. And we connect those folks with services to address those issues so that they won't come back into the legal system.
And so there are more things that you do, of course.
Oh,
So
yeah.
for instance, these are just two examples, the Dona Phi app,
Right.
the card for finding services.
Yeah,
but
and we partner with local community organizations, a substance abuse treatment provider called Wedge. There's another one called Net. And we partner with those agencies. We bring them into our environments. They engage our clients, and therefore our clients don't have to wait to get hooked up with services. They can go right into services immediately upon contacting our social workers, and there's no delay. That reduces the need to incarcerate folks, to figure out what's going on, and it really preserves any of their family contacts. It preserves their job. And this is something that came about with Keir Bradford Gray, who's our chief. She basically has expanded the Defender Association beyond just stellar trial lawyers to include a more holistic point of view, and to bring that into the court, give that to the attorneys, give that to the judges. Our social workers partner with attorneys to do that.
Great. And so are all of the people who are coming through your doors pre-incarceration, or do you work with people who?
Both, and really, I work with I'm the chief of the adult social services, but we have everything. We have kids, we have adolescents, and we have different units and social workers and attorneys that specialize in those areas and work with those populations. And so, pre and post trial, our social workers engage with clients, and we really bring a very effective team representation to the court. And again, pre-trial is huge because we don't want folks to have to be incarcerated even for a short period of time unnecessarily. We don't want you to have to go to jail. It doesn't sit well with us for someone to go to jail even for a couple of days unnecessarily. Folks who are nonviolent, we don't want them to be characterized by maybe the worst thing that they did, or something that they did that didn't reflect favorably on them, when they've got a lot of other positive things going on that we can connect them to.
Sure, yeah, and there's a big push in Philadelphia now to reduce the jail population, especially the pretrial jail population.
Absolutely.
Is that something that
the Defender Association is at the forefront of that? Hopefully ending cash bail. Hopefully, because when you have team representation, when you engage folks early with social services, the statistics show that folks will come back to court for their court hearing, and that engaging in their issues early will preserve what they have going on that's positive and lead to better future outcomes. Keir was instrumental in trying to have us focus on the client's social outcome and not just their legal case. And that's very effective, because obviously if you have some trouble socially, some trouble with a social issue, and you address that, you're less likely to come back into court.
Right, yeah.
So.
Is it common for, are there defender associations elsewhere, first of all, but also in other cities, for instance, is it common for them to have social workers as part of the programming?
Well, I don't know if it's common. I know that we're leading the way. I know that we are, other cities come to us and observe what we do and how we do it. I know we are also participating in training other agencies to do it. So there are social workers and social work programs. I don't know if they're as large or as comprehensive or with this kind of vision.
Gotcha. Can you help, well, so for instance, you mentioned that Philadelphia is a very poor, very large city, and you guys help out some of the most vulnerable of the city. For somebody who hasn't interacted with the legal system and doesn't think that your work applies to them, what would you say to somebody like that, you know, realizing that your work
well, first of all, you can call us at any time, 215-568-3190. You can reach a defender. You can ask for social services help at any time if you're a client of the public defender. You can connect with us and look at the work that we do at Philly Defenders on Twitter. You can visit our website, phillydefender.org. You have to realize that things are changing. We're in a different climate. We have different leadership. And the public defender now is no longer just focused on literally the instant offense or dealing with the actual the trial at hand. We're focused on everything, on the individual and on the client, and on really solving problems like mass incarceration and unnecessary incarceration. So this is a new day.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's great. Great. And so another like context question is, how many people come through your doors?
Oh my goodness. You know, if you look at the scale, I mean, 70% of everyone in Philadelphia who gets arrested, I mean, that's many, many, many tens of thousands of people in the course of a year. You know, the numbers fluctuate. The point is, we have a huge problem, and we engage the community. We engage community-based providers to help us deal with that problem most effectively. And we're having a lot of success doing it that way.
Great. Awesome. And so you mentioned this just a minute ago, but if people want to learn more, how can they do so?
PhillyDefender.org is our website. At Philly Defenders on Twitter, you can see the work that we do, and you can always call us at 215-568-3190. You can ask for social services if you hear or know of anybody who has a public defender who needs help in any kind of way, or even if you're just curious what kind of services we might be able to provide. Just give us a call, contact us, and we will definitely help you.
Great. Awesome. Thank you so much,
All right.
Kurt. Thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
on.
Thanks for having me.